What'd you want me to say again? Pizza time. I don't know what that means though.
Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video where today we're watching the Raimi Spider-Man Trilogy, one of my favorite movies, trilogies of all time. I've done a couple of video essays on these movies, Spider-Man 2 in particular, so I'm really excited to share that with you, Matt. I don't know if you're gonna like these because you have not had a very good track record of enjoying stuff like this, but these movies are very personal for me. I could argue that these movies have had the most impact on my life of any movie that I've ever seen.
Do you think it's nostalgic driven?
I don't just look at it through like rose-tinted glasses. Like I watch these movies pretty regularly, you know, so I can see that Spider-Man 1 is probably the most dated looking as far as just like the way the actual image looks. Some of the CGI, I will argue, still holds up. Some of it very much does not. But then you get to Spider-Man 2 and it's just like this whole other, it is just amazing. I got to meet Sam Raimi a couple months ago at a convention and I had him sign one of my, a film cell from the first Spider-Man movie. It came in the limited edition DVD set of the first Spider-Man movie. Now it comes down to what format do we want to watch this in? We got VHS, we got full screen, we got widescreen special edition, we got limited edition DVD collector's edition, we got the initial Blu-ray release edition, and the more updated Blu-ray release edition. I think we'll go with this one.
Knowing that this is your favorite superhero, knowing that this is your favorite series, does give me a little bit of warmth going into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you don't like these movies, just lie. Craig, you've seen all these movies, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think about them?
They didn't skimp on any of the movies. I never thought that they were cheap in the production. Really enjoyed them.
When they were initially trying to find the director for these movies back in like 2000-ish, whenever they interviewed Sam Raimi, he basically just talked about his love of Spider-Man, and that's what ended up getting him the job. And you can tell, even at his Q&A, when he would talk about Spider-Man, like he just loves the character, and it's really infectious. If you ever get the chance to meet Sam Raimi at a convention, I highly recommend you do. He's like incredibly nice. He was really nice to me, and I'll put the link so you can watch that video here if you're interested at all. Danny Elfman's score for this, it has not been topped in any Spider-Man movie. Not even close. I'm pretty active on the Raimi meme subreddit.
Shocker.
Every scene is just like memes to me now as well. Let's watch this. So good.
Hey, you know what? Pizza time.
That's me. Thanks.
Back to formula. Last night I was...
Jesus.
They did that for real, by the way.
Good reflexes.
Go! Go! Go, let's go!
With great power comes great responsibility.
You understand the NYWL is not responsible for any injuries you may and probably will sustain while participating in said event, and you are indeed participating on your own free will? Yes. Download to the ramp. May God be with you.
Jesus Christ.
Next! That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
Wow. I need that money.
I miss the fall, but that's my problem.
Here. Over here, Uncle Ben. Yeah.
Where is she?
Let's die, the woman you love, or suffer the little children. We are who we choose to be. Now choose!
I have a father. His name was Ben Parker. Oh. I will always be your friend. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
The only superhero that I do like, I grew up watching, which was very little, was Batman. And in this movie, I noticed a lot as it kept going on. The car that Harry's dad owns, that they're rolling up in, very similar style to the car that Alfred is driving Bruce Wayne in all the time. That's a minor detail. The hero is forced to choose either the girl or the friend in Batman and Robin, or the friend as far as his friends of the city, which were the kids. He's dropping the girl, or he's dropping the quote-unquote friend. Yeah, similarity there. Yep, I like it. Shut up. Harry is always in a turtleneck. Very Bruce Wayne. The hero's father figure was taken away from the hero, tragically. And then the score, very, very similar for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
You said same person. And the cities felt very similar. Of course, Gotham is much darker, but I had some very similar feelings of Batman, and I think that may be why I kind of like this.
Each movie has like a different thematic element around it.
Okay.
This one, the theme is about responsibility, or great power comes great responsibility.
Sure.
The second one is focused around choice. The third one is themed around revenge and forgiveness. So they're all different themes.
That's cool.
Everything in Spider-Man 2 takes everything that worked in Spider-Man 1 and amplifies it 100%.
Glad you're not building it up. Go ahead.
Now, it's just what it represents to me. Like, it's okay if you don't feel that way. Like I've said before, I'm biased about it. They have a different cinematographer, Bill Pope. It looks better. It's more relatable. It's just like the perfect movie.
I will just say that I did notice there were a few times where it definitely did look a little dated in this one.
I think visually this looks dated. Spider-Man 2, I think Spider-Man 2 still holds up to this day.
Okay.
But in every way that it looks and feels and everything.
Spider-Man has always been a favorite of mine since I was a little kid. I forgot how much I really did like this movie. It's been quite some time since I've seen it. It really is a good movie. I mean, like, I don't like it as much as you, per se, Holden, but I do like it a lot.
In your defense, Andy, I don't think anyone on the planet besides Sam Raimi likes it any more than Holden. What's interesting about this is that I saw bits and pieces of this as a kid, but never sat down and watched it all the way through. So I definitely don't have that nostalgic piece. Having said that, I think it does sort of play into Batman for me. I see similarities. So now I'm kind of wondering, is it Spider-Man that I like, or is it Batman that it reminds me of? I don't know. I don't.
This movie and X-Men, the very first X-Men, these movies paved the way for modern superhero movies as we know it. Without these movies, without Spider-Man doing as well as it did, there would be no MCU, I don't think.
It all started with Spider-Man.
You could argue that maybe X-Men was technically the first, but I think it was Spider-Man that really paved the way. Not only do we watch movies together, but we actually make short films as well. And we're currently working on a Spider-Man short film. If you want to see a short film that Matt and I actually worked on, we did a Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees short film for Halloween.
So fun.
Yeah, Matt got to play Michael Myers for about half of it. I directed it. So if you want to see it, I'll put a little link so you can kind of see. It's going to be a little bit before it's done. We start shooting on Sunday. High Top is actually kind of helping produce it. I'm sort of consulting with him on it. I don't know if you knew that, by the way.
I did not know that.
I sent High Top the script. I wanted to get his blessing on it, and he's excited. He's curious to see how we're going to pull off certain things. I'm curious about it too. But if you would like to be a part of that, consider following me on Patreon. It'd be a great way to do that.
His Patreon is also rad because you get exclusive content that comes out way earlier than it's actually released.
Yeah, I post stuff on there before publicly. Anyway, if not, that's okay too. We'll see you tomorrow for Spider-Man 2, which I just really want. I would watch it right now, but we can't watch it right. We'll see you tomorrow. We're here the next day, and we're going to watch Spider-Man 2. Actually, we're going to watch Spider-Man 2.1, which is like the extended edition, but it's not extended like Lord of the Rings. It's like 13 minutes longer.
Thank God.
It's just got some alternate cuts and some slightly extended fight sequences. Not like very long at all, but I've mentioned before how this is probably my favorite movie
Of all time?
of all time. I'm not gonna go super deep into why in this video, but I will link my video essay where I go really in depth why I feel the way I do about this movie. I really hope that you like this. I understand if you don't, but I really hope that you do. This is one of my favorites.
Going off of Spider-Man 1, I mean, we're looking pretty solid. I think I'm gonna like this. I really do. By the way, will you guys please help me just get Harmy to stick? Comment below, Harmy. Hashtag Harmy.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what did you think of the first Spider-Man movie?
I give it an 8.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you say it? Now, you don't have to say that just because you know how much I love these movies.
No, I mean, obviously I've been pretty honest on all the others. There's just a good balance. So, love story going on, and what's her face?
Oh yeah, you really like Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. She looks good. The storyline is very tight. It's not sloppy. It's got some humor. It's got some Uncle Ben with knowledge bombs in there. So you got some Bygone Jim action in there. Very well-rounded fight scenes. Not too much like animation and explosions and whatnot. I don't know. It just feels very well-rounded to me. Relatable, like you said. Like you know, it's the common man. So. Just much more relatable for me.
I agree. That's one of the reasons I love Spider-Man so much. I just find him very relatable. And I was introduced to Spider-Man at like the perfect time of my youth. So it's just stuck with me all the way up until adulthood. What did you think of Spider-Man? Why do you sit on my couch like this, like you're a cat?
Like a parrot.
We're just gonna get into it. Spider-Man 2.
Whoa! He stole that guy's pizza!
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
Oh, fine.
Hi. What's hi? Can I spend it?
Did Bernoulli sleep before he found the curves of quickest descent?
Go, Spidey, go!
Has anybody lost a large roll of $20 bills in a rubber band? Because we found the rubber band. The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Hang on!
Maybe you're not supposed to be Spider-Man climbing those walls.
No, Uncle Ben. I'm just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man. No more. No more.
0.23 electron volts.
Want to get some chow mein? I held his hand when he died. I've tried to tell you so many times.
Some poor soul got trapped on the 4th floor. Never made it out.
Am I not supposed to have what I want? What I need? What am I supposed to do?
I believe there's a hero in all of us that keeps us honest, gives us strength, makes us noble, and finally allows us to die with pride, even though sometimes we have to be steady and give up the thing we want the most, even our dreams.
Oh, okay.
You have a train to catch.
To do what's right, we have to be steady and give up the thing we want the most. Even our dreams. In case we die.
You do love me.
I do.
Go get him, Tiger.
That was hot.
Gets me every single time. Matt, what did you think?
That was really good.
Did you really enjoy it, or are you just saying it because I love this movie?
No, I told you, I'm not gonna lie. It was really good. It had some tearjerkers when Aunt May dropped those bombs, those knowledge bombs.
Oh yeah, I believe there's a hero in all of us.
Mary Jane, just
Yeah, you really like
she's
Kirsten Dunst.
yeah, good stuff. This is just so relatable. Like even more relatable. So yeah, I absolutely like it.
Which one did you like more now, Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2?
I don't know. They were both really good. I don't know if I like one over the other.
So you see how like the theme of this movie was about choice, about his choice to be Spider-Man and choosing to not do that and the repercussions of that. One of the things I really like about this movie, kind of that old cliche of no good deed goes unpunished. It basically takes that and says no good deed goes unpunished, but I'm going to do the good deed anyway.
Yeah.
Which I really love.
A lot of morality.
Mary Jane kind of gets a bad rap in these movies because she kind of has this damsel in distress thing kind of at the end. But one of the things about the way this movie ended is that Peter was trying to make the choice for her. We can't be together because your life's gonna be in danger. I can't do that.
Okay.
And she's basically saying, it's my choice to make. That's why I don't think that she's just like a damsel in distress character, because she has these really great moments of character development.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Did any of the fight scenes get too much for you or anything?
You know, I didn't feel like it was, God damn it, that fucking guy here. There were a few times where it was just a little, but it didn't take away from me, you know?
Next week is Spider-Man 3, and that's kind of where some problems in the franchise happened. Spider-Man 3 is the reason that they ended up rebooting Spider-Man in 2012. I won't get into too many details why. I definitely have some problems with it. I did a video essay on Spider-Man 3 as well, where I argue that it doesn't deserve the heavy criticism that it's gotten, but there are undeniable problems with it. I'm curious to see your take on it. You might enjoy it more than the others.
We shall see.
Thank you guys so much for watching this far. We'll see you tomorrow for Spider-Man 3. All right, let's get into it. Spider-Man 3.
I'd like to sing on stage for the rest of my life with you in the first row.
I love you so much. I'm gonna ask her to marry me.
You knew this was coming, Pete.
Hate those things.
Probably a bird. It'll fly away when we fire it up.
I guess one person can make the difference. Enough said.
When she kissed me, it was just like she used to kiss me. Strawberries.
Oh my God!
You're trash, Brock.
Now
take on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
The blade that pierced his body came from his glider.
I'm not asking you to forgive me. I just want you to understand.
I've done terrible things too. I forgive you.
Yeah!
It's the choices that make us who we are. And we can always choose to do what's right.
Can you take those stupid things off your face?
Hey, these are blue blockers.
I know what they are.
I'm gonna keep them on just because they're annoying you. I gotta tell you, as a whole, I loved it.
Really? Okay, good.
As a whole, I loved it.
You're not just saying that again because...
I do have a few notes. I think the third was the weakest of the other two. I am interested to hear why everybody hated the third one as much as they did. There was this constant volley back and forth between Peter and Mary Jane. Still wasn't a deal breaker, I get it, added to the drama. Really liked the black suit. Black suit was rad. I, again, identify with the darker characters. Weird. 3 villains. Technically 4 in my eyes. It was basically Peter's black suit, and that was his...
He's his own villain.
He's his own villain, so there's 1. That I was fearful of that, and I think they pulled it off as well as they could. The whole overlying theme was forgiveness, doing the right thing. Even they screwed up. All the characters screwed up numerous times. That's how relatable it is. The choices are what make us. Fire. Just so good, like Bygone Jim stuff.
The big problem that people had with this, for one, was convenience of story's sake. The odds of this meteorite thing landing right in front of Peter. The odds of Eddie Brock being like at the church the moment that he's like taking it off the the black suit. So yeah, that kind of just echoed sort of a laziness from a story standpoint. Too many villains kind of shoehorned into one movie. That's the major complaint. Mostly because of Avi Arad, who's one of the producers. Back in 2005, 2006, Venom was like this really big character. Sam Raimi never wanted to put Venom in the movie at all.
Wow.
He wanted to focus on Harry and Sandman, and I think he was wanting to also do Lizard, because he was hinting at Dr. Connors, that guy who was missing an arm. I don't know if you ever noticed. It was either going to be this one or in Spider-Man 4, but either way, he didn't want Venom in. He's done some interviews talking about how he didn't really understand the character. They started shooting the movie before the script was fully finished. Again, it's considered the weakest of the three, and it's because of that, even though it performed the best out of all of them in theaters. So the studio rebooted with The Amazing Spider-Man in 2012. And they did one in Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 2014. Then they rebooted again. It's really sad because I feel like this very much was supposed to continue on.
It feels like it was supposed to continue on.
Yeah, because you never really get that closure with Peter and MJ. They still had some issues to work on. It doesn't feel like the end that I think that Sam would have wanted. And they were already working on 4 before they canceled it.
Oh, that's sickening.
We start shooting our Spider-Man short film Sunday. Again, if you want to be a part of that, consider supporting me on Patreon. It's a good way to do that. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We really enjoy making these. We'll keep making them as long as people keep watching. Matt hasn't seen so much stuff, so he could go for a while, I feel like. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing if you want to see more fun content like this. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care.